What's up, guys? It's Sega Man back with another collection video for the beginning of the week on a Monday, kind of still morning. It's around 11 a.m. How's all the gamers doing out there, man? I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys enjoyed our Exile podcast yesterday. It was pretty good. Had some laughs and, had good fun on there, with all my brothers. But today, we're taking a look at another system and games that I collect for this system. Alright, some of you might not have known that this system existed. Some of the younger, new gamers that are out there that are true gamers and want to be entrepreneurs when it comes into being into gaming and collecting video games and video game systems, And we're going to get into it here. We have some games to look at, and we have a surprise system to look at for it after. And you'll know what it is by the description of the games that I'm going to show you. This system that I have here, I think the system itself is kind of expensive to collect for. It's probably around $120. I'm going to say this system came out in 1990. It is the Model 2 of the first system that came out we're going to talk about, and I have that system too. But there's things on the Model 2 version of this system that's not on the Model 1. And I will explain that to you when I get into showing you the games and everything. I will explain to you, and I will actually show you the console itself for some of you guys that don't really know about this system. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Sega Master System games that I collect. We're going to be talking about that. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you those last, because it pertains to what I'm talking about when it comes to collecting for the Sega Master System. The Sega Master System was a system that was supposed to compete with the regular NES that came out. The regular NES back in the 80s into the, I would say, up until the 90s, like around 90, into 91, I believe, and then came the Super NES, and I believe the Sega Genesis came out, I think, around 1991 or 2, I want to say. I'm not quite sure on that. I can't remember. But it tried to compete with this system, which was the regular NES. Nintendo was pretty big back then, you know what I mean? And believe me, they have done well, I believe, and they have tried their best to compete with Nintendo, the Sega Master System. And there were people that were diehard Sega Master Systems, Sega Master System owners, right? And they stuck by the Sega Master System. You know what I mean? So, and there's people that, they stuck with the NES. You know what I mean? Then there's people that bought both and enjoyed both. Okay? But there is diehard people out there today that are still collecting for the Sega Master System. Okay? The games have went up in price. The games have went up in price depending on what game it is. You can find some of these games pretty cheap. If you go to Lukey Games, you can just find a cartridge. If you want them complete, like I tell you guys in my other collecting videos, that if you want it in its shell casing with instructions, it's going to be even more expensive. And sometimes you won't even get the instructions. You'll just get the original art and the shell casing and the game in it, and that's it. And it's still expensive without the instruction booklet. A lot of these games that I picked up, I'm going to show you here in a minute, a lot of these games I actually picked up at it's called a Red, White, and Blue store, which is a used store, kind of like a knockoff of a Goodwill, or a St. Vincent's de Paul, or something like that. Okay, and I found these when I didn't even have a Master System. So what I wanted to do was pick them up because there was a lot of them. And they were only like $2 a piece in its shell casing and everything. I wanted to pick them up because I would own the system later. So if you're becoming a collector, let's say you're becoming a collector of Sega games and systems, right? And if you see those games out there that are fully intact and you find them for even $3 or whatever, a good price, pick them up. and keep them until you can save up or until you acquire a Master System. Then you'll have it. Because today, these games are worth way more than when I paid for them at the time at the Red, White, and Blue store. So let's get into it, guys. The first one was actually an arcade hit by Tanyo, and it was in the arcades, and it even says arcade on the front here. And I actually played this in a like a burger joint, a burger diner. The arcade cabinet was in the back, you know, with my friend at the time. And this is called, if I'm saying it right, Ryston. This is on the Sega Master System. It has really good, in my opinion, artwork on the front. Kind of looks like Conan the Barbarian, you know, slaying monsters and dragons or whatever have you, you know, on the front here. But I found this for $2, guys, at the Red, White, and Blue store. It's in really good condition, and this did come with the instruction booklet. This is the cartridge and what the Sega Master System cartridges look like back in the day. When you would see the Sega Genesis, a lot of them have the artwork on it, but this is what it looked like back in the day. And the instruction booklet inside is like almost like a black and white blueprint kind of feel, you know, of the way the design looks on the front of the cover there. So that was fully intact. And I was really excited to actually get these games. And I just said one day I am going to own a Master System. And the Model 1, I got the Model 1 first. I found that at a place called, I think it was called, I don't know if it was Cash and Culture, or it was called something else. But this was a long time ago when I also acquired the Master System. But it has nice, you know, description of the game on the back that you see here, of boards that you'll be playing in the game, you know. And it was a really good arcade hit in the arcades at the time. It really was. You know, the arcade version of this game is actually harder, but the Master System game it's not as hard at all. So it's a pretty good game. So that's Ryston from for the Sega Master System. All right. The next one we got here is called Aerial Assault. This is Aerial Assault. This is a shoot 'em up. It says new on the cover. It also has good artwork on the front of it also, you know. This is it here. It's a good, like, you know, side-scrolling shmup game. This was another one that costed a couple dollars at the Red, White, and Blue store. It's in very good condition. You know, it's really hard to find these games, guys, in the casing. You know, when you go to some of these mom and pop stores, they have a lot of the tapes just stacked in a inside of a glass casing, and it has the price on it. You will find some here or there that has the casing, but more than likely, even if it was a sports title, it's going to be expensive. You know, because like I said, when you want to collect and have everything complete, you're going to pay more for it. That's just the way it is. You know what I mean? So, this also has the instruction booklet in it. Some of them that I did get did not have the instruction booklet in it, just to be honest with you. If you see the inside here, I keep my games in pristine condition. It looks brand new. You know what I mean? The book has no tears or anything like that. I like to keep this stuff up because that's the key thing of being a collector of video games. When you find them complete, is make sure that you keep them up in a good, safe place and they stay in good condition. Because if you have to sell these games someday, you're going to get more for your buck. You know what I mean? When you go to sell these games, rather it be an exchange or sell to somebody that you want to advertise on Facebook or anything and you want to sell your games off, you're just going to get a better price for them. And then we got a little bit of artwork in the back of the game. You know what I mean? So that is Aerial Assault for the Sega Master System. Now this one actually here is actually a really decent cover. It has more color in it. It has more of an art detail of the game. Okay, this is it says on the front a 2 mega power cartridge, and it's by Activision. You know, and it says for play on the Sega Master System. This is an old classic, oldie but goodie that's been out for a long time that we all have grown up with. and the guys out there will know what I'm talking about. It is Rampage. Rampage actually has a different kind of cover. It has a red background, not not a black and white or blue and white with squares on it. This is a different type of a casing. It has a nice red background, and as you can see, the artwork on it is pretty good. The artwork and detail on this Rampage game is pretty good for the Master System. Okay, and they did a fantastic job with that, I believe. And everybody's played Rampage at one point in time in their life, I believe. Even some of the young guys out there have played it and are, digging the game. You know what I mean? As you can see, it's in really good condition. This did come with a booklet. The booklet is a little riffled, okay? It's a little riffled, but it still came complete. You know what I mean? And with Activision and Sega on the front of the cartridge right there. But this was another one that was a few dollars at the Red, White, and Blue store. It was either $2 or $3. The ones I got, they were $2 or $3. They were no higher than that. And I scarfed them all up because because I knew if I didn't, they were going to be gone. They were going to definitely be gone. And this was years ago, guys. I'm talking about probably I'd say about maybe in the 2000s, maybe back in 2000 or 1999. I think it might have been 2000. I'm pretty sure 2001. Way back then. You know what I mean? But yeah, this is Rampage, guys, and it's just a great game. You can get this game in compilations of Activision and stuff like that, but it was for the Master System, and it actually looks pretty good graphically, colorfully, and it plays very well on your Master System. Everybody knows this, oldie but goodie. My man is still around. He's an OG out there in these gaming streets. When it comes to Sega, yes, you know who it is. It is Sonic. This is Sonic the Hedgehog for the Master System, guys. Very, very big, huge artwork of Sonic on the front there. And the Sonic world in the background with the rings. Very fantastic job with the artwork that Sega did for the cover for the Sonic Master System version of Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what I mean? So, very awesome, very awesome. So, that's Sonic the Hedgehog. I can't remember if this one was complete, and this one is not complete. This was $2 at the Red, White, and Blue store, but as you see, guys, it is not complete. Today, if you want this and you buy this online, and it is complete with its art cover and casing with no booklet, it's going to be way more than what I paid. It might be, I don't know, $15. It depends on who's selling it. But that is our beloved Sonic the Hedgehog, man, on Sega Master System. And it plays very well. It's a really good game and very fun. Very fun game. Our buddy Sonic the Hedgehog. Another great classic, all-time classic, that everybody loved on the Sega Genesis. Still do videos on it today. Still talk about it today. Still want this game to come back today. And we haven't seen it yet. Hopefully, it'll come back for this generation of systems, the Series S and X, and all the other systems that are out there for people that really enjoy gaming. The PlayStations and the Switches, If you're true fans of those systems, they might want to see this on their preferred console. Very good artwork also on this. And that is Sega's arcade smash hit, Shinobi. Very good condition. Shinobi is a fantastic side-scrolling beat-em-up ninja game. My favorite, Shinobi. Looks very good on a Master System. You know what I mean? They did a fantastic job with the artwork and, of the cover of the case. You see, Shinobi on the front there looking serious, ready to fight. You know what I mean? So yeah, another good arcade hit from the Sega Master System, Shinobi, guys. This one here is complete. This was another one that was $2 at the Red, White, and Blue store way back when. Phenomenal pickups for me, man. I was so happy that day. Phenomenal pickup, man. It is the unforgettable Shinobi. People still love this game. And here's a little bit of the graphics that you can see in the background here. On the back for Shinobi, man. And you can actually play this game, the Xbox 360 version, on your Series X, man. to bring some of that nostalgia back if you don't want to collect these games. Shinobi, guys. Shinobi. Another great game that was on multiple systems. A lot of people played. It was very addictive game. I still like it today because it had some comical mischief in the game of what you had to do, what your priorities were to do in this game, and your objective to do in this game. It had some phenomenal, that make you laugh, comedy in it. It's a really fun game. It's a game that should actually be remade, in my opinion, for the guys that are out there that want to relive the nostalgia of this game, and they should revamp it. You know? They should revamp it and put it on these newer systems, because I haven't seen a newer version of this game in a very long time, and that is the old school classic retro game, Paperboy. Paperboy was a fantastic game that came out for, I think, there's Paperboy on the Genesis, I believe on the Super NES. I think I have the one on the, do I have the one for the Genesis? I have the one for the Genesis, I think. Yeah. But it is Paperboy, and this was a very addictive game. I kept going back playing this over and over and over again, and even on the 360 version, there was a Paperboy. So it would be great to see this game come back for these newer systems that we have today. And that is Paperboy. That would be great to see. It has a nice cover. Pretty good artwork on the front with him throwing the paper. They've got the little dog in the background following him. He's on his bike with with his tons of paper he has to deliver, around his neck. Very good detail in that artwork, I must say. Kind of looks like a 50s. If you kind of look at it, kind of looks like a 50s look of a comic. The way the kid's face is on there. Like a 50s look of like a comic that would come out, in the regular papers or something like that. 60s or 50s era. But this is Paperboy. And then, as you see on the back, a little bit of artwork on the back also. And what some of the game would look like if you would play this on the Master System. Another great game, arcade hit that came out that they really, honestly, really need to redo this game and do it right. They tried to redo this game on the PlayStation 2 and it was horrible. You know what I mean? It was very horrible, man. I'm not trolling or anything. I've tried it. It was just horrible. I know they were trying to make this game different, but you got to bring this game back, revamp it in a 2D side-scrolling, make it look really awesome with awesome graphics and effects in it, man. This is an arcade classic from Sega. Sega, if you're listening, Phil Spencer, brother, if you're listening, man, if you could talk to some people at Sega, say, hey, we need to bring this game back. Our fans are asking for it at a reasonable price. A very good arcade smash hit I played constantly in the arcades and in diners and different places like that is the old school fantastic game Altered Beast. They need to bring Altered Beast back. This is the art cover for Altered Beast for the Master System. I have the Altered Beast on the Sega Genesis 2. The art cover is a little bit better in my opinion, but this is, if you look at this is kind of a retro look of an art cover for Altered Beast. You know what I mean? If you guys can see that without my glare. But Altered Beast was also good on the Sega Master System, guys. It's an 8-bit version of Altered Beast. And on the back, it has, got a little writing up there. Whoever owned it decided to write on the outside of the cover. And that's not me. My real name is Tony. Tony, you guys know that. You know what I mean? But that's not me. Whoever did that, he put his name on there. It's not mine. And there's the front again, guys. And this one actually came complete. Let me take the cartridge out so you. And he put it on. What I didn't like is he put it on the cartridge. That's really sad that he did that, But he put it on the cartridge too. But that doesn't take away the value. It does maybe a little bit. You know what I mean? But it also had the booklet with it, which was awesome. This was another one that was a couple dollars at the Red, White, and Blue store. But that is Altered Beast, guys, for the Sega Master System. Very awesome game. We got another arcade hit here. Another arcade hit we got here, guys. Complete in its box. Very good game that was played in the arcade. It is a 2 mega cartridge. Very good artwork on the front of this game. A lot of people love this game. This game also, in my opinion, needs to come back. And that is Alien Syndrome. Alien Syndrome was a great, gory type, adventure kind of type like game. Sci-fi adventure game. Alien Syndrome is a great game. They remade this game for the Wii. I have it. They remade this game for the Wii. It's pretty good. It's pretty good for what it is. But the classics are always going to be the best in my opinion. Now, if they could bring this game back and make it with updated graphics and colors and everything, this would be awesome. This is what some of these companies need to do. Because if you notice, when you go in the indie section, you buy indie games, a lot of them make these games that are 8-bit or 16-bit. Retro look. So if you want to do retro games and bring them back too, bring back the original 8-bit and 16-bit games, guys. And put them in the store. You know what I mean? Bring them back and bring them revamped and back with like a whole new graphic whole new graphic outlook and to the games and different things like that would be awesome, guys. It would be awesome if they would do that. You know what I mean? You never know. They might have some of that in the works. You never know. But this is Alien Syndrome, a great game to own on your Sega Master System. It is complete with the booklet and the game inside, which is awesome. Kind of reminds you of the movie Aliens. On the front there, the alien creature right there. I think that's what they were trying to go for on the front cover and on the instruction booklet. But this is another great game that came out for the Master System, guys. Alien Syndrome. All right. Getting down to the nitty-gritty. Now, this game here is an all-time classic, too, that you can play in the arcades. Twice the Mega Power. And it's actually really good. Very classic artwork on the front of this game. And it is still actually, I think some of the cabinets are still in Dave & Buster's in certain arcade places, the ones that are left. You can probably still find the original arcade game of this and play it. But it also came out for the Master System and the Sega Genesis. And that is the old school classic racing game, Outrun. This is for you, Others Inc. Outrun was a very good classic game for the Sega Master System. It was fun. There's other versions of Outrun that was on the PlayStation 2, the original Xbox, I'm not sure, maybe on the Xbox 360. I think it is on the Xbox 360, and there is a version of this on the Sega Game Gear. Also, it is Outrun, a very good game that came out for the Master System. Has the classic artwork of the car on there, with the exhaust, like it's racing, and get a little pine tree there to give you that, like that Hawaiian or like accent of what the game is and the boards and what it looks like and everything. Like you're racing on an island tracks and stuff like that. And this one also came complete with its booklet. This one also came complete with its booklet and the cartridge. Outrun, guys. So it would be nice for these games to come back. These games have went up in price. I can't tell you like a regular price on it. I have to redo my research on it because it's been a long time. But believe me, they're up there probably in the $20 to $30 to $50 range. Some of those Master System games, I seen one shoot 'em up that was on there. I don't own it. It's over $200, and I'm not paying for that. That's way too much. And I believe it was complete. The cartridge would probably be $100 or $80, So the next one we got here, guys, is a great arcade hit that also was a very good port that was on the TurboGrafx 16. And I also own that one. Better sound and graphics, in my opinion, for the TurboGrafx 16. But that doesn't mean that the one on the Master System didn't do well. And that is a great side-scrolling beat-em-up called Vigilante. Vigilante is a great side-scrolling beat-em-up. They need to bring this game back, man. They need to bring these games back. This would boost the sales of classic games, guys, if you would just bring these back with newer graphics and everything, or even if it's a vintage look so you can play it on these systems, it would be awesome if you can clear it up a little bit and just do that and bring it back on these newer systems that we're playing today. Vigilante is a fantastic side-scrolling beat-em-up, guys, that came out for the Master System, the TurboGrafx 16. Very, very good artwork on a fighter with him slapping the dude in the face with the nunchucks. You know what I mean? Awesome artwork, in my opinion. Vigilante. Oh, Vigilante I got in here actually has the cover, the booklet, and let's just show you guys real quick. It has the poster in it. So let's check out the poster real quick that came with Vigilante. And check this out. It's actually a poster. Let me be easy here because I don't want to rip it. It's actually a poster of a great game that I also own on the Master System, Afterburner. Afterburner was a great game that was played in the arcades constantly. If you watch the movie Terminator 2, T2, this is what he was playing in there when the T-1000 was acquiring him. Him and his buddy, he was playing Afterburner. You know, John Connor, a young John Connor. And then on the back, it has games that came out for the Master System. You can't see it very well, you know, but it's an advertisement of great games that would come out for the Master System, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, that was an extra, you know, thing that came with it. This actually came fully complete because I believe some of the Master System's games did come with posters. A lot of these people that would get these games would either hang the posters up or just let them get destroyed and they had to throw them away. But that's what makes it even more collectible for, is everything in its entirety that came in the game when you would go buy or purchase it in the store. So that's great to have in there. I forgot all about that. Another smash hit that was good on there. This game was really known more for the NES, but the Master System came out with their version, okay? I think this is one of the games that skyrocketed the NES's claim to fame in video gaming, you know, and it is the Master System of this game, which is Double Dragon. Double Dragon was played a lot on the regular NES. I played it with a friend when he had his regular Nintendo Entertainment System. We played it for hours, man, hours. So they came out with their version, which is pretty decent. You know, it's pretty good. I think people might still pick the NES version over the Master System version, but they did pretty decent with it. You know what I mean? It's pretty good. I've played it. The graphics look pretty good, almost like Nintendo kind of graphics, but it did pretty good, and it came out for the Master System. So for somebody that didn't own an NES, if they had a Master System, they can play the version of Double Dragon on there. And this did not come complete, but it is a $2 game from the Red, White, and Blue store. And that is Double Dragon, guys. Good artwork, by the way, on it. Kind of looks like Ken and Ryu. Kind of, right? So they did a fantastic job with that. Now, I got a few more. I'm just going to show these because I don't want the video to go too long. Okay, but I'm going to show you next. Well, actually, let me show you this. Let me show you something, and then I'll show you that so you understand why I'm going to show you that last. I'm going to show you this, okay? This is the surprise. This is a box. Sega Master System 2, Model 2. In its entirety, in its box, with everything inside of it. Now, I got this years back at my exchange. Okay, I did a trade. All right. And I paid, I believe, okay, it costed $80. But when I did my trade, I think with what I had, after it only cost me $10 out of my pocket. Because I traded in some games, doubles I had of games, and things like that. And I think I had a couple double of I think they were Nintendo Game Boy Colors and a couple, handheld systems. And I got it for $10. My trade took most of it off. And this is the Master System with the built-in game called Wonder Boy. The game is actually built in there. So you get a free game that's built in the system. So we might as well say, can we say that the Sega Master System was the first system to actually have built-in games? I believe so. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below, guys. This is the first system that had, I believe, had built-in games inside of the system. Is the Sega systems, guys, which is really cool. So let's take a quick look at it. Let's take a quick look at the Master System 2, Model 2. Alright, if I can get the bad boy open. Alright, and I'll show you the back of it too. I'm just going to show you the system real quick. I don't want to really take out everything, like the components and stuff like that. You guys have seen those a lot. You know what I mean? You pretty much would know what they look like. But this is the Master System Model 2. Pretty nice, huh? Pretty retro, pretty, like back then would be like kind of like high-tech look for systems back then. Really cool. It has the drawer that comes up like this. Look, it's even hard to get up, man, because it's still very good condition. A lot of the drawers are tight if it's still in good condition. You know what I mean? If you get one that's in real loose condition, it's been played and beat in and everything. But this is the Sega Master System Volume 2 or Model 2. You put the game in and you actually have to leave that up. But you put the game in and there you go. You know what I mean? But what I like is I like this. I really like this, okay? I like that. That's really awesome. Power button. Is that the power button, and it has a pause button on it. Pause button on it when you're playing the games. 2 ports in the front for your controllers. And in the back, it has the power RF out. You switch a channel, has all that in the back. So there you go, guys. Sega Master System Model 2. And yes, this system today is going to cost you probably $150 and up. I'd say $150 and up. It could be more. I don't know. It depends on the seller. One time I seen it for $200. So it could be way more. This stuff just goes up every year, it seems like. But it is in pristine condition, and I have the box with it. That's the thing. The one I seen online, it didn't have no box with it, and it was that much. It wasn't in the box with everything. And I have the controllers and stuff in there, guys. But I don't want to take all that out. You know what I mean? Everything is in there. It has the instruction booklet with it and everything. And like I said, I'm sorry, not Wonder Boy. Alex Kidd in Miracle World is built in. Because they gave you the instruction booklet with it, but it's built in. So it's Alex Kidd that's built into the Sega Master System Volume 2 or Model 2, man. So that's awesome. That's actually good for it to be that way, man. Have it built in like that. Then on the back, I'll show you the back real quick. Advertisements for more great games that came out for the Sega Master System. So there you go, guys. There you go. That is the Model 2 Sega Master System, guys. The Model 2. Now I'm just going to show you guys these real quick. I have the Model 1, but the Model 1 had where you can play card games, just like the TurboGrafx 16, and I own a lot of them. So these are the card games, right? I think if I'm correct, I believe the Master System. I believe the Master System was the first to do this, not the TurboGrafx 16. I think the Master System brought out the card games first. So this is the card games, right? I actually got 2 in here because I found one, I think, at the thrift store for $1. I think it was $1 or $2, and it's called My Hero. And I had to put it in there because it didn't come with the cover, so it was only like a couple dollars. And it's called My Hero. It's a fighting game. I think it's a side-scrolling fighting game if I remember when I played it. But that's what it's called. If you look at it, kind of cheesy, huh? Him getting punched in his jaw, the punk rocker there. But I put it in here with the flying game I got here. This game was only a couple dollars too at the Red, White, and Blue store. It is F-16 Flying Falcon. Fighting Falcon. It's a Sega Mega card. That's what it looks like there. Not too much to see on the front. And then it shows you a little bit of the game on the back, which is cool. So this is actually the first system, I'm pretty sure, that brought out the card games that you can play in the Model 1 Master System. And I do own the Model 1 too. Another one that was a couple dollars there, it was Super Tennis. It's actually a good game. It's actually a pretty decent game. Super Tennis. Transbot is another good side-scrolling shoot-'em-up. Transbot is another great, kind of looks like a Shogun Warrior on the front, right? If you guys remember Shogun Warrior toys, a lot of the OGs will know what I'm talking about. But that is Transbot that came out for the Sega Master System. And like I said, the booklet's in here and the game. Transbot, which is pretty awesome. And I played it. It's actually pretty cool because he can transform into the ship and back into a mech while he's, going through the game. This other one is called Ghost House. Ghost House. These games have went up in price. That's another card game for the Sega Master System Model 1. I'll show you the artwork on the back. And the Transbot. I don't think I showed you. Those are the artworks on the back of those two games, guys. Next one here is called Teddy Boy. Teddy Boy was kind of like I don't know. I can't really describe what it's like, really. Did I have another game in here? No, it's just Teddy Boy. But Teddy Boy, it's kind of like a side-scrolling adventure type game. But that's called Teddy Boy. It has a little artwork funny artwork on the front there. Then on the back, you can see a little bit of the game. Like a platforming game. Kind of like a platforming game. Pretty cool. And that is Teddy Boy on the Sega card. Last one I got here, action. It's by Mad, like the Mad magazine. It is called Spy vs. Spy. This has definitely went up in price. And I found that for a couple dollars at the Red, White, and Blue store. And it is complete inside also. Nice cover, I might say, on the front of the cartridge there. Nice cover there. So, guys, that's what I wanted to show you today. Collecting games, in my collection. When you want to collect for a lot of these older systems, it's just the best thing to do is to just try to keep them in pristine condition as much as possible. Make sure they don't get damaged and stuff like that. Because this is not especially in these days, this is not going to be a cheap hobby. It's not a cheap hobby at all. In these days, you're going to pay a lot. Like all the games I showed you with the Master System, all those games, that's going to probably run you, if you were buying a bundle, $450 maybe. I don't know, maybe even $5. It depends on the seller. I mean, the lowest I would say would probably be like, maybe $350 or something like that. It depends on who the seller is. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, this is collecting with Sega Man. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you enjoyed the video. And guys, give me your opinions on the comment sections below. What do you like collecting for when it comes to retro? A lot of my brothers that come in the Alpha podcast and, the Exile and all our podcasts that's been with us for a long time, let me know, guys, what you like or what you collect for. Let Sega Man know. I will be back with another collection video that I have in my collection next week. It's going to be once a week. Until I run out of things to do when I'm collecting whatever I have, then that's when it'll end. But enjoy the rest of the week, guys. And I appreciate all you guys that come and visit my channel and subscribe. I appreciate that. You don't have to, but come and check out some retro knowledge from your boy Sega Man, and check out our Alpha podcast on Saturdays. You know what I mean? And with all the other brothers in the Unlimited Truth, the Exile, Hebot, my brother, my main man, when he does We Got Next, because he's a very good gaming historian out there. He really is. He's a pioneer out here in these gaming streets, and he gets a lot of credit from the true gamers out there, dude. He does. So big shouts out to Hebot, 100 and the crew. Okay, All right, guys, take it easy, man. You guys have a great week, and we'll probably see you this weekend. I was really, really busy this weekend, guys, and I can tell you guys, I had to help my friend move. It took all night to help him move. I could not do my podcast, you know what I mean? But maybe I'm going to do a Hangouts, though. I'm going to do a Hangouts sometime in a week. Maybe Wednesday. Wednesday or Thursday, guys. I'm going to do a Hangouts, and I'm going to try to get my brother Other Zinc to come in and join me. And if possible, again, unlimited productions. You know what I mean? Or if they're not available too, I'm going to get my brother, my brother Hebot. He's so busy. I want to do a segment with Hebot. I'm going to talk to him about it. It's something I want to do separately with Hebot. So it's just something I've been wanting to do for a long time. You know what I mean? So I want to see if he's able to do it. You know, not every week, but just every once in a while. But there's something I want to do with Hebot to get his deep opinion and thoughts on gaming and collecting games for as long as he's been doing this. Different things like that. All gaming, all retro. You know, so, all right, guys, take it easy. I'll talk to you soon. Big shouts out to my brother Sega Forever with the Wrecking Crew. The Wrecking Crew podcast. We do that too, late nights. But it's always fun. It's very fun and very entertaining to rock out with our brother Sega Forever. All right, guys. Peace, guys. And I'll be back next week with another collection video of what games I collect in Sega Man's collection. All right? See you guys later. Have a good one.